I don't know.
What have you been watching? What have you been watching?
What have you been watching? Yeah.
What have you been into? What have you been into?
What have you been into? What have I been into?
What have you been into?
I've been into a few, actually. I've still been watching Motorbot. That's coming out weekly, which I'm now really frustrated I did that because I can't just watch it in one go. But I've been watching Stick, new show with Owen Wilson. He's a former pro golfer, they call them sticks. Like, there's your really good pro golfers, and then there's your sticks. And your sticks are your best of the best golfers.
Yep.
He was considered a stick, and then had a I won't try to spoil anything. There was a issue. There was something really bad happened in his life, and then he eventually gets divorced his wife leaves him. He's in the dumps, scraping to get by, and then he comes across a kid at the driving range who just absolutely knocks these balls out of the park, and he sort of bets him that he can't hit different markers, and he hits those markers square on, like bullseye.
Prodigy.
Absolute prodigy by the looks of it. So he's thought this could be my way of moving on and getting over it by coaching this kid to become better than what I was. But in doing that, he also falls into old habits of his scamming people, because that's how he's been getting by scamming people. So far it's been really good. 4 episodes out so far, and it's been pretty entertaining so far. I like it, so I reckon. And if you're into sort of comedy sports movies like Ted Lasso, I wouldn't say this is Ted Lasso. I still think Ted Lasso is probably better than this, because Ted Lasso is one of my favorite shows of all time. But if you like similar, like those kind of shows about sports that are also a bit of a comedy, I'd definitely say hit this one up.
Very cool. It's created by, or the director on it is Jason Keller, and he was behind Machine Gun Preacher with Gerard Butler. It also the young guy in it's Peter Dager, and he hasn't been in that much. Peter Dager, I haven't seen him in that much.
No, Peter Dager, is that the
That's the young boy.
Oh yeah, he hasn't been much like that. But because what's his name? People might know him. Mark Maron. He was in the Women of Wrestling show with Brie from Community, Alison Brie.
Oh right, yep.
Yeah, and he was really good in that too. If anyone hasn't watched Women of Wrestling, that was a really good show. That's a really good show as well.
Yeah, Mark Maron also plays the Snake in Bad Guys, for any of those people that have children that watch kids movies. But yeah, he like the mentor, Mark Maron? Does he play like the mentor character?
So he was also a golfer, and I believe he was also the caddy, or the caddy for the main character.
Oh, for Owen Wilson's character?
Yep. So,
Price is his name. Price Cahill, yeah.
So he was, I think at one point, because at one point it suggested, oh, why don't you caddy for the kid again? He's like, no, I'm done carrying people's clubs around, blah, blah, blah. So at some point he was probably sort of mentor caddy for
Owen Wilson's
character before he stopped golfing.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Brash, Apple has been coming out with some pretty really clean cut shows lately. I've noticed throughout their production, they're 8 to 10 episodes, really tight storytelling, and they actually just look beautiful. There's nothing rough around the edges with them.
Well, yeah, just like Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Shrinking with Harrison Ford and
Jason Segel.
Yeah, mm-hmm. that was really good. Is Severance? I think is Severance on Apple?
Sure is, yeah.
Yeah, Severance. Yep. And then you got now Stick, Motorbot, which is on Apple as well.
Yeah. And you know what? They're actually pulling in some pretty big stars to come into their short TV series. I think everybody's kind of attracted to this new space for streaming entertainment. And even I'm looking at some of the posters now for some of these shows, and they're just they're really freaking beautiful. Everything from the production to the writing to the storytelling to the actual poster art is really gorgeous on Apple Plus right now. And we're not sponsored. But we're actually saying this because it actually really looks that way.
To be honest, I pretty much have every single, well, in Australia, for Australia at least, every single video streaming service just with that. I do have to say, still Prime is sort of my favorite, because I think Prime has access to I think like it's or easier access to a wider range of things. Or for me and what I like as well, because I'm not afraid to buy a movie, and I find it easier to buy movies on through Prime than it is anything else. And usually, like if it's not on any streaming sites here in Australia for us, you can usually buy it on Prime, which is what I do. I do not say that Prime though; their rental is fucking expensive.
Yeah. I think they're actually pushing for the digital ownership across rather than the rental because, you can't really
renting on Apple is a lot cheaper than renting on Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like renting on Apple's like $5 and then the movie's like $24. Whereas like on Prime, it's like $15-$20 to rent it and then like $24-$25 to buy it. And you're like, well, you might as well just buy it.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. And I think that's exactly what they want their customers to do. But yeah, for me, I'm always reluctant to buy digital media because I'm a guy that likes to consume heaps and heaps of special features. And there's only some digital content that have those extra features like the old DVDs does. And I haven't dipped my toe into actually having a full-on digital HD 4K collection yet, but it's in my future. And I've just got to like hope that my beautiful partner, Carly, doesn't listen to this so she knows my financial plans, but it'll probably...
That's what I was saying, mine's already started. I've already got like, I think I've bought maybe... probably close to 50 or so movies I bought on Prime because I'm like, I'm just going to buy this because that way I'll just go. I can always watch it.
Yeah.
And then like a week later it comes out like on Netflix or something. I'm like, shit.
Yep. Yeah, that happens. That's actually a frustrating thing for me when I actually go to see something in the cinema because I do like to support the movie going experience, as it were. I'm a little bit, I don't know what the word is for that, whether it's like posh or whatever. I want to see movies continue to come to the movie cinema, the theater.
Yeah.
So I like to go and watch them there and support them in that way, whether it's by myself, with friends or whatever. And, if a movie goes to like the theater and then 2 weeks later it comes to streaming, it's like you're one, like ruining the back end for that movie. And two, it's like stopping people from going to the movie theater. And we're in a culture now where everything's kind of mass produced. So whenever there's an original story, like when Sinners came out, everyone just sort of loses their mind because it's just like, this is great. This is not based on anything already done previously done before. And it's a new, like, as far as there is really, quote, no real new stories, unquote. It's like a newer sort of story that nobody had seen in terms of franchise. So I really like to support that. That being said, the convenience of digital is just so...
Yeah, so it's just at your fingertips. It's so much easier.
Exactly. Especially when you've got like a film and TV podcast and you've got to review a different movie every week, like we do, and then go, like, sometimes watch it more than once. Like, it's definitely good for that too. So we're not haters here of the digital media. It's just everybody should still go to the movies, in my opinion.
And you don't have to go to all movies for all your movies, but like, especially if you're excited for something, like, I can't wait for that movie to come out. And then, I can't wait for that movie. It's going to be so good. I hope it comes out on like Netflix soon. Like, oh man, if you're that excited about it, just go to the movies and watch it. Like, have that experience for something. If it's a movie like, oh yeah, I reckon that'd be pretty good. Yeah, that one you can wait till it comes to streaming. But if there's something you're really excited about, you should go to the movies because then you're supporting that movie you really like. And then it might get pushed if it's like, especially if it's a new IP. If everyone goes to the movies and sees it and is really excited for it, that might push it to get like a second movie.
Yeah, or push for more original content like that as well.
Man.
We also acknowledge, obviously, that not everybody's in the space to go to the movies all the time. You might have like
I'm not even in the space to go to the movies all the time.
Financially, like kids and things like that, they can really hamper your free time, as it were. But yeah, whenever you can, try. It's a good experience.
Exactly. And especially like if you know, like in a few months it's coming out, like months and months and months, just squirrel away $20 or however much it is to get a ticket and then just buy some candy from the supermarket, stuff in your pockets.
Exactly right.
We don't condone that. So it's
I kind of do though, because
I do so as well. I used to do it all the time.
I kind of do because the variety of snacks at cinemas is just not
lackluster.
It's very lackluster. There's really no jellies there. I don't know if any other country listening to this is the same, but in Australia we have like popcorn, drinks, and then Maltesers. That's pretty much
snakes, maybe.
Yeah. So
minties, I don't know why, but
yeah, why do they have minties? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, we digress. What have I been into? I'll tell you what I've watched. I did go to the cinemas and I watched the Karate Kid's Legend movie. Did you watch Cobra Kai?
No, I wanted to start watching it, and then I realized that they were already up to like the 5th or 6th season. I was like,
They pumped them out.
damn, there's a lot for me to go through.
To be fair, I think the first 3 seasons were very watchable. And then after that, it became, oh, you're still fighting another rival dojo. Oh, Daniel LaRusso, you are still teaching kids to engage in karate and pretty much incite gang wars through LA. Okay, cool. Like, it just gets a bit far-fetched after, season 3, season 4.
But wait, what happened? Wasn't it all meant to be about Cobra Kai? And now it's
Johnny Lawrence. He's there too.
Yeah, and now it's sort of shifted, and now it's all about
it's all about Johnny Lawrence, and it's literally it pivots across from Daniel to Johnny. But it was a good eye-opening moment when Cobra Kai first came out, where everybody was just like, wait a minute, Johnny Lawrence wasn't really a villain there. He was kind of hard done by.
Yeah, well, because it wasn't him. Like it was a way he was being taught.
Yeah, it was definitely his sensei and the Cobra Kai mentality.
Daniel also cheated in that last match.
He did. He used an illegal move.
He did lose an illegal move, I'm just saying, and he still won for some reason.
But look, he also had his leg swept, so eye for an eye. No, we don't condone that either.
We're take them revenge.
Yeah, no revenge sweepings here. Oh man. No, but Cobra Kai Legends is like a coming-of-age martial arts story. If you're going to see this movie because you really want a fresh and new take on Karate Kid and you want to see something that you haven't seen before but a familiar IP and you really want something new and fresh from the genre, you're not going to get it from this movie because it's pretty much a rehash from the old Karate Kid movie.
I was going to say that it kind of seems like like a bit more just a modern take on the original Karate Kid from what the trailers look like.
Well, do you remember that one that came out with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan?
Yeah.
And it was literally like a young boy is out of their original city, same as Daniel was. Yeah. This centers around a character whose name is Li Fong. He is Chinese and he moves to New York to follow his mom who got a job over there. Very similar story and premise already, I can guarantee. In the Jaden
Smith one,
he did the opposite. He moved to China from America. So it's literally like a table switch on that. Jackie Chan's in the movie. He plays Mr. Han again, and he is Li Fong's uncle. And Li's mother, who is played by Ming Na Wen, is Dr. Fong. She's the one who kind of moves away. Through this, Li obviously tries to make his way in New York, find new friends. He's under a secret and very tight pact from his mother that is along the lines of no violence in New York. We're here for a fresh start, so he can't practice his karate, but obviously the karate call is too strong.
Yep.
Yeah, so he ends up finding this little deli, and there's actually an actor in this movie that I haven't seen for a while that I really, really like. Oh, what was his name? Have you seen Dawson's Creek?
I have, yes.
He played Pacey on Dawson's Creek.
Oh. Yeah.
Joshua Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it, and he plays one of Li Fong's school friends' fathers. I know we're talking like uncles, sisters, brothers, child here, but a school friend of Li Fong. Her dad owns a pizzeria, and the gentleman's played by Joshua Jackson. He was a previous boxing champion, and there's a really unnecessary subplot where Li Fong trains Joshua Jackson to box through his expertise in karate. I'm like, how do these two things connect, for one? And for two, why is this man allowing a child to train him to be violent? But anyway, I think the movie overall is very much targeted towards like an 11 to 16-year-old range because the editing and production of it was very much made for a TikTok audience, if you know what I mean by that. Very much 2-second clip. Swipe here, swipe there across the cuts. Like literally some of the cuts were literally swipe cuts. And you could see different sort of pop-ups come through that you see on TikTok all the time, like popping up POWs and different sort of visuals when the tournaments were coming through. It's like the scoreboards and the names and things like that. So it was very much for a TikTok audience, you might say, and it's targeted towards those young people. But it does have that classic Karate Kid story where it's underdog versus everybody else, and he comes through and he relies on his grit and his power and his determination to win the day. Now, Daniel LaRusso is in it too, played by the great Ralph Macchio. Returns for I don't know, he's probably got 15 minutes of screen time or something like that. And he and Jackie Chan together are really good. They're pretty funny. Jackie Chan's probably the highlight of the movie for me. He plays like a really funny uncle, and he's just like cut and dry. And that's the funny part about it, because everybody thinks he's supposed to be like a Mr. Miyagi, which is very traditional, very serious. But Jackie Chan's very much the opposite. And the thing about Li Fong in this movie as well is he fights a lot like Jackie Chan when Jackie was young. Like, you know, I don't know about you, but whenever I watch Jackie Chan, he always seemed like he was pulling off these martial arts moves accidentally. And he's literally exactly the same. Ben Wang is the actor who plays Li Fong. And yeah, it's, you know, it's fun. It's 90 plus minutes of fun action, quick cuts, and it's not something you'll regret watching. Is it going to revolutionize the Karate Kid genre? I don't think so. But I am glad that we're not getting any more Cobra Kai. And I don't know if this is spoiler alert for anybody. Give you a moment to pause. But if you are a fan of Johnny Lawrence, you will be disappointed because he's not in this movie.
Yeah.
Until the post-credit scene.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, but it's literally like a fan service post-credit scene.
Yeah.
So they place him in there interacting with Daniel for a bit so everybody can go, there's Johnny Lawrence. But yeah, it really doesn't feed anything for the story or anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah, but I know Ben Wang, he's in, I don't know if you've seen this, because it's on Netflix, I want to say, American Born Chinese.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So, like, he's just a normal teenager at high school, and then he meets a new kid at the school, and it turns out that the new kid he meets at school is actually the Monkey King.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And all these like mythological like Chinese gods and shit start showing up around school.
Oh, wow.
It's like just normal dude just getting like sucked into this bloody like war between the Chinese gods.
Yeah, that has Michelle Yeoh in it as well.
Yeah. She's amazing. She's amazing in anything she does.
Yeah, and Ki Hei Kwan as well.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it is absolutely so good. So
2023 that came out on Netflix by the look of it. No, Disney Plus.
No, Disney Plus. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'll watch that.
Yeah, speaking of Ben Wang in this movie, he's also probably a highlight for me. Like Jackie Chan was funny and awesome in the movie, but Ben Wang, he speaks to the Riz generation, and I say that like an old man. Like he's very charismatic, and if you think back to like Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso, he also wasn't like a little bit of a dork. He wasn't like a dorky kid. He was kind of cool and kind of smooth in that kind of way, in like an understated, charismatic kind of way. And Ben Wang does pull that off as well. So I think he's, in terms of Karate Kid, if they do make a second and a third with him in it, I think he'll definitely go the distance to pull off a Hercules reference. But yeah, I recommend this one to anybody who likes the Karate Kid series, and if you have kids between the age of 11 and 16, definitely give this a watch. It's a pretty safe watch as well. So I wouldn't say that it is my favorite Karate Kid though.
Which one is your favorite?
My favorite Karate Kid is controversially the second Karate Kid movie.
Is that one where he travels to?
Yeah, he travels to Okinawa in Japan. A special move he learns. Oh, that's another thing as well. They always learn a special move at the end that helps them hit victory. That's just like a story note of a Karate Kid movie. Yep. And yeah, they have one in Legends, this new one, and in the second Karate Kid movie, I like how they all get out the drum and twist it, and there's the little drum playing, and the soundtrack of number 2 is also the best. And I like how Daniel LaRusso is really in Mr. Miyagi's playground in that one. So that's my favorite. What's your favorite Karate Kid movie?
Has to be Don Juan's the original.
You're the OG boy. Yeah. Yep. So let's get into our recommendations for this week on our episode of what have you been into? So my recommendation firstly is probably something that everybody has already seen that I'm late to the party on. But if you haven't watched it, you definitely should. And it is The Penguin. I had been brought to this series by my good friend Lollivai. He featured in the very first episode of the Fandom Portals podcast. He did the Bear with me. He's kind of my TV show guy. And he said you really need to watch The Penguin because he knows that I'm a Batman fan. I have a Batman tattoo on my arm that I got when I was very young. when, I'm going to get Batman on my arm because I love him, that kind of thing. But yeah, this is such a really good representation of the Penguin and Gotham City in particular. And I think that has to be nailed when you're doing a Batman story. You really, really have to nail Gotham City.
I love the Penguin. Like, I love the Matt Reeves Batman.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. And Penguin, I love that world. That world's so awesome. And if, what's his name? Who's in charge of DC right now?
James Gunn.
James Gunn. If James Gunn was to take Matt Reeves' stuff and bring it into his own, I would not hate that. But I don't think he's going to do it. But I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't mind either way, as long as it just keeps coming out. I don't care who is the showrunner for it, as long as like Matt Reeves and this vision of Batman is still moving forward, because it's a grungy Batman.
Yeah, but I think James Gunn is searching for a new Batman, not that one. And I think it'll eventually kill Matt Reeves' world.
Yeah, or at least it'll sort of discontinue.
Well, because realistically, they can't keep if James Gunn's going to do a Batman, they can't keep doing it, because then that's too. It's like Disney doing Spider-Man before Sony didn't have rights anymore.
Yeah,
sort of thing. So if James Gunn is trying to create this universe, they can't have an outside Batman. Yeah, sort of thing.
I hope it continues, because I think this is the best version of Batman that I've just like holistically as a universe that I've ever watched. Nothing against the Nolan trilogy, which stands alone as pretty much like a perfect Batman story, but this is like if you're reading comics from like 2000 onwards of Batman, this is pretty much how it was represented. It was grungy, it was dark, it was gritty, there was gang wars everywhere. And it always begs the question, as I'm reading or watching something based in Gotham City, I'm just like, why are there still people that live in this place? Why don't they just get their shit and leave? But nobody ever does.
Yeah. The thing I love about it is it starts off from the start, and it shows him working up before he gets fully bat-suited out, fully Batmobiled out. It's like if you're watching the animated movies, the year one Batman's animated movies, which are fucking up. DC animated movies shows are just the best.
Yeah,
I love DC animated movies and shows.
The network at the moment, the Geek Freaks network that we're a part of, they are actually having a discussion at the moment about Marvel or DC video games. And they are of the opinion that Marvel video games are fully trouncing DC video games. And at this current point in time, 2025 point of recording, I would agree. But I think that DC's history of video games in the past, you cannot deny such classics as the Arkham games or the Injustice games.
I was going to say, besides Injustice, which is a fighting game, and then the Arkham series, other than that, everything's pretty lackluster. I mean, they came out with the Bat Family. What was it called?
That was Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights, yeah. They came with that. And I really liked that. But I didn't really have anyone else to play it with, because you could also do multiplayer in there.
I will play that with you, because I also liked that and didn't have anyone to play it with.
Oh,
who's your main?
Nightwing.
Oh, well, I'm Red Hood, so all good. We can go. Good to go.
Yeah. Nightwing's my favorite DC character.
Yeah.
So
I think that one had potential. I didn't really like that. It's hard to scale something back like that when it's obviously based on the Arkham IP that everybody loves so much, and then they scale it back to not an open world thing. It's like leveled, and I didn't really like or appreciate that part of it. But I did like the fact that you had the 4 different Bat Family people that you could use and play as. I don't know if they were different enough for me to be like, this is revolutionary and awesome. I think they had some very similar qualities, or at least maybe I just played them the same. I don't know. But I did enjoy that game. And I think that the Marvel games that are coming out, the Spider-Man one's story, gameplay.
Oh, Spider-Man.
You can't dispose it.
Yeah. The Avengers game, it wasn't like the greatest, but I played that for weeks.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that for a while I was playing it at least. And then like when they brought in some like new characters like Spider-Man and Kate Bishop and stuff like that, and that was really good as well. And then like Black Panther came into it as well. And yeah, I thought that was a really good game. But I think because it was the issue I'm having at the moment is because I don't have time to play games where it's sort of it's like a gacha or like a online game where you have to. It's a slow grind. I don't really have time for slow grind games. So I have to like grind up and get better gear and all kind of stuff. It's sort of like I used to love doing that kind of stuff, but yeah, I just can't. I just don't have time for it now. I'd rather just play a story-based game where I have to think like anywhere between 30 to 60, 80 hours into the game and get it finished. That's more my style. And if it is a long grind game, I'd rather one where I can just jump in and out of it without worrying too much. Whereas with these games, the longer you take the jump into it, the harder it is to catch up to what it's up to.
Yeah. I think that's why games like, for example, another Marvel title, Marvel Rivals, is very popular. It's 10, 15 minutes, have a shoot, have a bit of fun, and then jump out, and you're also playing as some of your very most favoritist characters. The one thing I have as a problem with games like that is I come home from work after a hard day at the office, and then I come on to have some fun playing a shooting game that I love, and I get annihilated by all the squeakers that just play it all day, especially during school holidays, and you're just like, you hear them on the mic, and yeah, it's just like, this is demoralizing. I will now leave. But yeah, back to the Penguin, I think that Colin Farrell does an amazing job in the lead role. He's completely lost in that role. I haven't finished it yet, but also Cristin Milioti, she plays Sophia Falcone. She's just blowing me away. I hadn't seen her very much before that, but she is like pulling out all the acting stops for this one. She plays unhinged so well, but she also plays like sweet and seductive and also a very strong leadership figure as well in all the wrong ways. But yeah, she's also really, really coming through in this series, and I'd recommend anybody go and watch it just for her alone, but also really great storytelling so far and a great representation of Batman. So that is my recommendation. Brash, what are you recommending people go and watch or play or read?
Something that I just started watching. I was like, oh my, I haven't actually like, I've been watching like rewatching stuff a lot, but I'm like, I'm trying to think of what I've got three things I reckon people could enjoy that I've been watching recently, and they're all on Netflix. So one, Tires. The second season of Tires just came out. Funny show.
Shane Gillis he's got a direct line to my funny bone.
Oh, he's absolutely hilarious, and I absolutely loved it. It was so great. So I watched season 1, season 2. Terrific movie. TV show. And then the other two, I've just started watching Ghosts, which is the American copied version of Ghosts from the UK, which has a lot of the horrible histories ABC cast that was in it. Yeah, so there's the American version, Ghosts. And then the last one is a brand new show that's just come out. The Man Inside, I believe it's called.
A Man on the Inside?
Man on the Inside. Yes, Man on the Inside. But yeah, that's got Ted Danson in it.
Yeah, and Stephanie Beatrice too.
Yep. And she's the director of the old folks home in the show. And even
he becomes a mole in the old folks home in the nursing home.
But yeah, it's so because
what a premise.
What's his name? He's so underrated. Well, not I would say underrated, but like he plays like not a very large role in it, but it's the most funniest role. It's the Ted Danson's daughter in the show, her husband. I'm trying to find out what his name is. But he is so funny. Every scene that he is in just absolutely just kills me. Yes, those are the 3 ones I.
Very good. So that is definitely enough for you guys to sink your teeth into. Remember that we have an episode coming out very soon on the Fandom Portals podcast network all about Waterworld. So this one actually was recommended for us by Frank and Thomas from the Challenge Accepted podcast. We recommended them a movie and they recommended us a movie, almost like a soft Marvel crossover. So that one is coming up on our feed, and make sure you go and check that one out as well. But this has been what we're into this week. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.